Hello and good morning, everyone. Just going to take a few moments here to invite some special people into this morning chat because I feel that it's really needed for us as humanity to really sit and speak in this energy that has everyone in this space. So just taking a few moments to invite some people here, because I posted something on Facebook this morning and I'm going to read that to you in just one moment here. So, just invited a few key people. So thank you guys for popping in this morning. I know some of you all are on your way to work, at work, getting ready for work, or whatever the case may be. Guys can watch this now, or you can watch it later. But before I get going, I just want to make a few disclaimers here that this post-election vibe that is happening. I'm going to do my best to be impartial, be objective, and not insert any of my personal beliefs in this particular morning gratitude session because it is greater than me. It is greater than us all, and that's what I want us all to remember while I'm in this space of trying to us to process everything that happened in the past 24 hours of our lives, okay? So with that being said, I'm going to start off by reading the Facebook post that I posted this morning that really sparked everything. But actually, before I get into that, just want to tell you guys that it's kind of interesting because last night or early this morning, I had a really profound dream. And those of you that know me personally know that I am an empath, that I am a psychic medium, a very intuitive. So when the collective energy on the planet or in one geographical area is at an all-time high, when it's at its peak, those who are empaths, those who are sensitive, are really able to tune in and really pick up on this energy that is permeating our atmosphere. And that's what I feel, all this heaviness, all this energy, all this collective thought. And it's just, that nauseous feeling that you get when something isn't going the way that you expect it to, and something happens the way that you don't want it to, and something happens like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do now type of moment. So the dream that I had, I went to bed last night, not knowing what the turnout was going to be. So I went to bed, and in my dream, I dreamt that the race was close. It was very tight. And that was, I don't know what time it was, but it probably was at one point. It was like very tight at one point, and you didn't know who was going to win. And I woke up this morning feeling that Donald Trump had won. And I'm like, say it's not so, say it's not so. And wait, there goes me putting my personal energy into this. But aside from that, so get up, go through my morning routine, and I see there's a lot of Facebook posts. It's like, how could this happen? What's going on? The world is going to explode. And people are unfriending people, and people are. It's like, okay, all this craziness that's happening in this world right now because of one thing. And so this morning, I had to write this so that way we can put everything into more perspective. So what I wrote this morning was, allow this election of 2016 allow you to see the law of attraction to work at its best. I am not a Trump fan, but when you focus on something so much, even if you don't want it, the universe does not hear the words don't, can't, won't, and etc. it only hears the positive form of the words the original way: do, can, will, and etc. The universe will deliver what has the greatest energy in a collective or individual voice. Even if we protest, we don't want something. Please remember, do not focus your energy on what you don't want, because what you don't want you will get. So I just want us to really understand and comprehend, number one, the power of our thoughts, the power of our energy, the power of our words, because words are energy in physical form. So when we get to that space, and this is what, I've been gently reminding people, because I do my best not to push energy or anything on anyone. But during this course of election year, I've been doing gentle reminders to people. It's like, be careful what it is that you focus on, because whatever you focus on is going to get the most attention, whether if you want it to or not. So, those may, after this video, may unfriend me. Those, whatever. And I don't care, because this is, not about me. It's about us as a collective and what we bring awareness to. And with that being said, I feel that whatever our attention goes, attention flows. So we don't have anyone to blame for the outcome but us. We are the ones responsible for the energy that we put out there. We are the ones responsible, excuse me, have to adjust my seat. But we are the ones responsible for whatever outcome we create. We are the ones responsible for the energy that we put into the universe. We are the ones responsible for all that physically happens in the world that we create. We are the collective thought. We are the collective oneness in which we choose to create and manifest things in our lives in a collective thought. So, I'm not reading comments right now. I'll go back and read them, because I just want to stay on track with this message. And I do appreciate all the comments and all the love. And Robin, yes, you can watch this now, watch it later. That's why I will be reposting and sharing this video throughout the day to make sure everybody who needs it sees it. And I'm so glad you guys are able to watch this now as I'm doing this live. So moving on into the definition of what oneness is. I'm sorry, not oneness. The definition of what the law of attraction is. And it was amazing to me to truly understand the true definition of the law of attraction, because the law of attraction, aka, or it's known as the law of vibration. The law of attraction is the law of vibration. And for us to better associate it with, we called it the law of attraction. And the law of vibration, the law of attraction, is one of the 7 universal laws. And it is one of the 3, or the last of the 3, immutable laws, meaning that the law of vibration cannot be changed. So once you set something in motion, you have the ability to change or alter your thought, but keep in mind that it is an immutable law, meaning it cannot be changed. Whatever it is, and it stays that in which you create. So the better definition of that, of the law of attraction, the law of vibration, is the 3rd of the 7 laws tells us nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. The 3rd and last of the immutable laws tells us that the whole universe is but a vibration. Science has confirmed that the universe, including you, is pure energy vibrating at different frequencies. The axiom, like attracts like energy, upon which the law of attraction is based has its foundation in this law. Everything that we experience with our five physical senses is conveyed through vibrations. The same applies to the mental realm. Your thoughts are vibrations and all your emotions are vibrations, where unconditional love is the highest and most subtle of the emotional vibrations, and hate is the densest and the most base and base the most. Excuse me. You can learn to control your mental vibrations at will. This is the true thought power. So, with that being said, with the understanding of the law of vibration and how it works, and it brings me to my next point that came to me this morning in the meditation, is that when we, as a collective or as an individual, want to reach for something, we reach for what's easiest. We reach for what is most tangible, that is within our reach. And the most dense and the lower vibrating frequencies are the easiest to reach for. And keep in mind, I'm only using the election as an example. As an example. This is not to put anyone down for their beliefs. Your belief is your belief because of your own personal experience. And that's that. Bottom line, cut, dry, and clear. That's it. This is only made as an example. So when we have nowhere else to go, we tend to look for something that is tangible. We tend to look for something that is easy to reach for. And that's okay, because that is what we know. This is what our physical selves tend to do when we want out of a situation. We reach for what is easiest and what is at our grasp. What can we reach for right now? And what we can reach for right now is something that is dense, something that is tangible, something that we can see, feel, know, and be comfortable with. Period. That's why we reach for that energy. That's why we reach for something that is dense, because it is tangible. It is easy for us to reach for, and it makes us comfortable in that space. Period. So when we reach for that tangible, comfortable space, what does it do? It makes us feel good, right? It makes us want something more, want to reach for something higher. And when we reach for something higher, when we reach for something that is less tangible and more intuitive, we tend to elevate ourselves. We tend to elevate the soul, and we tend to start on an emotional high, on an emotional elevator, to reach for better feeling thoughts and not to always reach for something that is easy. And when we tend to allow ourselves to be in a place of wanting, when we find ourselves to be in a place of wanting to just be in a sense of, where do I go from here? Not feeling lost, but more so, how do I get to the next step? How do I get to the next level? How can I achieve this better feeling, higher vibration? And so now, since we, as a country, as an individual, as a collective, because it's not just us, it's never just been us. We have individual experiences, individual thoughts that add to the collective experience. And yes, there are things that come about that include collective experiences and sometimes pin one against the other, the higher vibration and the lower vibration. There has never been a more clear-cut definition of what one in the spiritual sense would consider light and dark, or dark and gray, or whatever it is, or just a blanket gray where you don't know. But there's never been a sense of this murkiness of this feeling of what do I do? So I've done everything I can, but now what? I feel like I'm useless. And where do we go from here? It's the next point. Where do we go from here? Is not being of one of great division that the government or anyone else is. The sensation or the feeling is that we have always been one. We will always be one. We will always remain one. And the separation that we have created through politics, the separation we have created through corporations, the separation we have created in multi levels of our human experience has added to that, this side is better than that side. It's in our sports, it's in everything, it permeates through everything. But yet you have to give appreciation to that, because without knowing what separation is and having this great, huge divide, we would not understand the cohesiveness and the joy and the love that goes into the oneness that we all seem to crave and want and know that is true. So I'm just sitting here talking and rambling right now. I'm just going to take a moment to go back and read some of the comments, because I feel that that is important for me to do at this time. And in the meantime, feel free to share this video with others, because I will be sharing this not just on my website, but throughout the day, to make sure those who see it, and those who, get to receive the thought, get to receive the message, get to receive it. And you can watch this now, you can watch it later. Rocky, what did you say? What everyone needs to understand is all thought is accumulated in the collective consciousness. Yes. And the outcomes that we experience are derived from that, and this happens proportionately and negatively and positively. Exactly. Thank you for sharing that. So all of you people out there spewing hate right now, you're adding to the vibration that they elected our new president along with the new people who yes, exactly. So we, as a collective, have the opportunity here and now. This is what this election showed us. We have the opportunity right here, right now, and not to stay in this lower vibrating, dense energy, that we can rise above it and send our new president love, and to send him loving thoughts, and to send him loving nature. Because even though this was a very hard fought election, the outcome was to some desires and others not. And now is the time for us to unify with love and with kindness, and just to be that in which we choose to be. We have to be that in which we are in our individual space. Yes, Susan, light workers now more than ever have to shine brighter. Yes, exactly. And this is one of the reasons why I was moved to do this video this morning, because I particularly right now am in a space where I am not physically, all this energy is just going and going and going, and I can't focus on what I really need to do today. So I have to do this. Lori, my love, I voted for Trump, but I am so sad and nauseous about the way people are talking to each other. I want love and peace, and I want America to unite. Yes, exactly. And you know what, Lori, your spirit and your love is so great. I would have never. And see, this is what I mean, that you never know where people's beliefs are. You never know what people experiences or thoughts lead them to do what they do. You just know them as an individual. And I just met Lori. How long ago? Like maybe 2 months ago, Lori. 2.5 months ago, we just met. And your spirit is so amazing, and I love you and all that you are. And I would have never guessed that you would have voted for Trump. And I'm saying that from my personal experience, because those who are like me tend to vote and do things like me. But see, there's me injecting my personal thought into this conversation, but it's needed because my thought process and my assumption that if someone is like me, that they will vote and do things like me. But it's not necessarily true, because of someone else's beliefs, as their beliefs and their experiences that will bring them to a place, into an alignment with whatever it is that they choose to create here and now in this space. So you guys have to understand that regardless of what anyone says, does, is, blah, 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 yada, 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 it's their personal experience that creates their decisions, and it's their decisions and the experiences they have came here for to grow and to learn and to do things with in their life. So yeah, going through. Yes, trying to see if I missed anyone. Any other? Yes, we are one. Yes, this Rocky. This is leading edge thought that has taken us further than we have this gone. Yes, Grant. Yes, yes, yes. You people, I love you so much. Uh, for Lori. For me, it was the lesser of two evils. Ha! We all choose to take action on things because we want. Yes, exactly. And you guys are amazing, because I would have never thought of doing a live session at 9 a.m. or just before 9 a.m. on any other day. It is a joy for me and confirmation for me to always listen to my intuition, because with having this great pit in my stomach and knowing how sensitive I am to the energies, especially when it's a huge collective mass, that it tends to, like, okay, what's going on. And I never tend to have dreams in relation to an election like this. So it was very moving, and I appreciate you all. And Grant, you are so welcome. I'm glad you were able to join me this morning. So I want to move into some Q&A, because I feel that there's some people watching who desire clarity around the law of vibration and how it truly works, and how we are responsible for any collective outcomes. So yeah, when we use negative words, we attract negatively. Exactly. So, Tawanda, I felt. So I want to address what Rocky just commented on, which was negative words. And those who know me know that I am a big proponent of words, being a poet, being a writer. Words are very powerful, because they are the physical manifestation to communicate our thoughts, our energy, and our vibration. So as I stated in my post that I did earlier this morning, I think it was about 6:30 this morning Eastern time when I posted that. And we have to truly understand the power of our thought, the energy behind the thought, and the physical manifestation of the words to come out. Because when we even feel or think of a lower vibration, meaning the words of can't, don't, won't, will not, or any association of a negative word creates a negative vibration in your energy. And then you become in alignment with that negative energy. You become in alignment with that negative vibration because of the choice and the decision that you have used to give in that negative word. So you have given power to that word, to that negative word, meaning creating a negative energy, creating a negative vortex or a black hole that just sucks everything in it, because this is what you're putting in it, this is what you're creating, this is what you're manifesting, because it is you creating this energy that surrounds you. So let's say, for example, taking the election out of it. For example, you say, I'm not going to get that job. Well, there you go. You already put it out there. You said you're not going to get it. So you have to rewrite or recreate a new path of that energy, saying, okay, and those, I want to hear from some of you guys, when you have experiences like that, when you're using negative words, how do you feel? Do you feel like, I'm not going to get it, it's not going to happen, it's not meant for me, I don't care anymore? But when in fact you do care, if you do get the job, but you leave it up to chance. for the universe to bring you what it is that you truly want. But if you keep saying, you know, that you're doubting yourself and you're not in alignment, you're not in space to create what it is that you want to create, then it's not going to happen for you because you're not creating it, you're not creating the energy, you're not creating the momentum, you're not pushing the energy up, you're not rising above the energy that you've created. So when we use words like can't, won't, and don't, and all these other things, it's like you're not going to go anywhere. And it took me a long time to learn that, and I seldomly use those words. I mean, I only use them if the situation fits it, and I do my best to be aware of that. So the law of attraction, the law of vibration, comes back to not only that, it also comes back to our level of awareness of what it is that we've been our attention to. So this is on everybody. It's not just on, the Trump supporters. It's not just on the Hillary supporters. It's on everybody to bring their focus into their attention. So whatever you're focusing on, whatever your attention is, that's where it goes. And then wherever it goes, you have to be okay with the outcome. You have to be okay with the results because it's your energy going somewhere that you probably don't want it to. And so when we say don't, can't, won't, will not, when we use all these things in here, we are like, okay, how did I create this? How did this happen? You created it by default. You created it by you not being fully aware of your energy. You did it because you're not fully aware of your thoughts. You did it because you're not fully conscious of what just happened in your life. And this is aside from the election. This is just life, people. We want things to blame on. We want things to, distract us from what's really going on. And what's really going on is us not being in alignment with what we really are. And I feel like I'm just want to cry right now because this is one thing that we typically have to keep relearning and retuning ourselves because we have to become more aware of what it is that we want. We have to become more aware of the life that we want to create. We have to become more aware of the energy that we put out there into the universe. Because whatever it is that we put out there will manifest itself, whether if we are aware or not. So the key, people, dear ones, my loves, is your thought. Everything starts with the thought and is finished by the words that you speak and the actions that you take. So you guys are amazing. And the energy that is flowing to me and through me to this phone and touching all of you is beautiful. And I urge you all to share this with every one of your friends because I will be reposting this throughout the day to make sure everybody hears this message because it's not just about the election. It's not just about, how do we feel inside. It's not just about, what am I going to do to get past the next, few years of my life. It's about us creating a new life. It's about us creating a new path. It's about us being aware of who we are. So yes, I like that hashtag. You said hashtag wake up. I'm going to go back and read some of these comments because I know I'm just preaching and teaching and just letting it all out because I have to. I have to let all of this go. And once I get done, I'm going to have to sage the place because this is a lot, people. So our teachings, our love for who we are as humanity is the most important thing. And yes, from the law of vibration, love is the highest of all energies and not as easy to reach for or as easy to obtain because we have this whole idea of what love is and what love can be, and it is not just about that. It's how do we get there? How do we become more in alignment with that? And I want to touch on that in a second, but I want to read these comments because I appreciate you guys so much being up with me because I know you guys are in different time zones and living your life and going to work and doing things. So yeah, so Rocky, what did you say? I think the thing that worries the most people is that the negative vibration that was put into the campaign and all they can imagine is an even further negative collective experience will manifest into it. Yes. So, with that being said, this is the perfect time to talk about love because the thing is, even though, Trump is now won, he's won the campaign, okay? Said, done, okay? So all that we can do now is envision a country, envision a nation, envision a people, envision a unity that has never been before, a unity of love, and send everyone that has come across our path and spewing any negative, dense, hateful energy, just to send them love and kindness and joy and happiness and wish the best for them. Because everyone is only doing the best that they know how to do in their life right now. Everyone is only doing the best from their belief. Everyone is only doing the best from their personal experience. Because this is all that they know. Period. Okay? So all we could do is just send everyone love. Yes, Grant, which is why we need, yes, exactly. More positive vibrations, Grant. To Wanda, yes, I know our thoughts are powerful and so much more powerful than, yes, exactly. And we have to really understand the power of our creations. We really have to understand the reason how and why we create. We have to become more aware of the power that lies within us. Because as I've always said, and those who follow me regularly know that I believe that God lives in me. And I know this to be true because there are things in my life that I can't explain that has happened. And I will not explain it because I just accept it because it is, as I created it to be. It was the experience that I lived, the experience that is meaningful. And we are God having a human experience unto self. So what that means is that we are God having an experience with one another. We are God having an experience with all that we come into contact with to expand and to grow and to nurture one another in this oneness of space. So yes, Bonnie, how can we bring focus on improving our democracy with ranked choice voting instead of an electoral college? How can we educate people that the two-party system is not working, not how we conform, and how can we inform the media? Yes, exactly. So you know what? The thing is, you can also look at the situation as the opportunity for us to reconfigure our election system. You can also look at this as an opportunity for us to reform things. You can also, because the thing is, as Abraham says, without great contrast, there cannot become great change. So we have to accept the grandness of the contrast that has happened in the past 24 hours of our collective lives. So now that this has happened, we can take the time to look at it, analyze it, give it love, be aware of it, and change it. Because we have to do what is best for us to feel good, right? Exactly. Move forward and stop the regurgitated old news like the media does. Yes, exactly. I love that, Rocky. And you know what? I want to point this out because I can say that part of me, added to the collective thought. Because personally, I have not watched as much news as I have in my whole life, till within the past 6 months. I think I watched more news in my life in the past 6 months than any other time in my life, only because I was so invested in what was going to happen. I was so invested in the outcome. I was so invested in what was going to happen that I did it too. I'm guilty of that, and so I'm owning up to my responsibility, my participation, and what happened. And it's hard to say. It's difficult to say, and it's just amazing because when we all come, I was just getting ready to say that, Rocky. You're amazing. just because anytime when there's a great tragedy or a great downfall in our country or anywhere else on the planet, that we in a geographical collectiveness tend to rise up and become one. We unite for this one cause. And I don't want to be one to predict things, but when I woke up and after I posted what I posted, something inside me said that something is going to happen in 2 years. I'm not sure what the something is, but if something happens in 2 years, you heard it here first. I didn't do it. I just felt it and heard it. So, hello, Alina. Thank you for joining. So you guys, I think I feel better now. I was being selfish by sharing this with you because I had to. I had to share this with you all and just be in a place of bringing more ease and love into the world, because I just felt like I just birthed a new love because, there was some tears there you guys probably saw. There was a lot of love in here. And for it being the time of day it is, I truly am impressed with each and every one of you. And I know that some of you have to get going in your day, and I do appreciate you guys taking about a half an hour out of your day to sit here with me to allow what needs to be said. I know we all feel it, we all felt it, and I admire those who stuck by their beliefs. I admire those who are not complaining about what happened, because even though the outcome wasn't the desired one, you still took action. And this is what's important. We all took action yesterday. So when most of us could have stayed at home and did nothing, we all took action. We all took action in what we felt was good. And we can feel good about that. So we can feel good by taking action. Action makes us feel like we have accomplished something. And even though there are moments where inaction is also good, we have to realize that, we do what feels good for you. And for those of you who took action, great. So there's no need for you to beat up on yourselves. Those who didn't take any action, you also have no need to feel bad or beat up on yourselves because you did what you thought was best. Because it was your belief. It's in your belief system. It was ingrained in you. It was taught to you by your family, by your friends. Everything was shown to you. So you cannot be upset. You have no reason to be upset because it is who you are. It is your vibration. It is what you have done. You can only be upset by the outcome. And there's no need to hold on to that because you did what you were supposed to do. You did what you did was in your belief. You did what you did was in your belief. That's a good one. And so when you do what you do was in your belief and you take the action, you can't be upset about anything. So there's no need to be upset. There's no need to lash out at anyone. There's no need to be upset at anyone. I mean, if you're going to be upset at anyone because of the outcome, start here. Okay? And then if you feel like you can be upset with yourself, then you can lash out at you. But if you feel like you can love and honor yourself for what you have done, then start there and give that out to everyone else. Because, at the end of the day, that's what we're all about. We're all about doing what we know what's best, starting with us. And then once we know what's best for us, we can share that wisdom with everyone else to help them. And I feel like that is the sole purpose of this impromptu live session today. It's for me to share and release this hurt, this pain, this anger, this frustration that this collective world has brought in this morning. It's a doozy. And as I am in a place of releasing all of this stuff, I share with you to let you know that it's okay to be in a place of not feeling well for a short time, to see it, to analyze it, to be it. But don't stay there. There's no need to stay at this lower vibrating frequency. The only thing that you can do now is move up and rise above and honor yourself, honor the choices you have made for yourself. And if you can be upset with yourself, then be upset with yourself. And if you can love yourself, then love yourself even more. Because only you have the ability to do what you have done. You are the only one to create what you can create and share it and be it and just share the experience. So yeah, so what are people saying? Bonnie, the further down the rabbit hole you go, eventually you realize that love is the answer no matter what. Yes. Love is the answer. So today, move yourself up the vibrational scale of emotions by reaching for a better feeling and imagining a positive outcome. Yes, exactly. There's only love and everything else you have created. Yes. So people, as I bring this session to a close, I want you to do one thing. Yes, exactly. I was getting ready to. You're amazing. See, we're right here. I was getting ready to say that. Get upset, have a tantrum, and move on with things. Exactly. So, yeah, so if you're upset with yourself, be upset with yourself, beat yourself up right down all the negative, nasty things you can. Get it done now and get it over quick. Like a band aid, just rip it off. And then what you can do is move on in love, and sending everyone who you feel opposes you or is against you love. Because that's the highest form, the highest vibration of it all is love. There's only love in all that you do. There's only love in all that you are. You were created in love. You are created for love. You are created to have a collective, loving, contrasting experience to bring forth evolution. So this is what you have to remember. Contrast is the catalyst for greater change, for evolution. So this contrast that has happened in our lives, or those who feel it's contrast, those who may feel that it's not contrast, is you have to appreciate it. You have to accept it and appreciate it and feed it love, because only through contrast can only come great change. And you know, people may say one thing and may do another. You never know. You never know what could happen. So this is why embracing the contrast, embracing the change, and showing love and having love, starting now, starting today, you know, giving and showing love out to any and everything that you feel is your contrast, your personal contrast. So it doesn't matter if it's the collective contrast or your individual contrast. Give it love. That's all there is. Yeah, so we can all ask ourselves, how long do I want to feel bad? Yes. So it's all up to you people. Yes, and Lori, hug to you. I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow night. And for those of you who are in NYC, I will be discussing a similar topic at the Edgar Casey Center holiday event at 153 West 27th, 7th floor tomorrow, giving a 30-minute speak about a similar topic. So if you guys want to pop in and join me and hang out with us at the Edgar Casey and the whole fine, wonderful, loving staff, it will be amazing. If there isn't anything else, which I don't think there is, people, it's been about 40 minutes of me giving love and explaining the law of attraction to you all that that is there for you. So there's only love. There's only one thing that you can do. Yes, I feel in my heart that Mr. Trump will say anything to win. But at the end of the day, he wants good for the country. I did not want to vote for him, but I will support positive thoughts. Yes, exactly. And yeah, there's thank you, Grant. There's only love, love, love. Only love, people. So start out today with love. And one of the things that you can do, that I personally do to start my day, even as I'm laying in the bed, before I rise up out of the bed and shine, I say, a few things to myself. Thank you for a wonderful night's sleep, or thank you for the day that's ahead. Thank you for the love that I receive. You can say things like that to really shift your vibration in the day. So you guys start now, start today by, giving love to yourself, because by giving love to yourself, you are able to give love to others. So with that, I grant you all a wonderful, loving, happiest, harmonious, most balanced, appreciative day.